Hi friends, welcome to Diya's tutorial. Hi friends, in this video we are going to see about myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis is a neuromuscular disorder. It is a neuromuscular disorder which causes the weakness of muscle or the skeletal muscle. We refer it as skeletal muscle because it affects mainly the muscles which causes the movements. So it causes weakness and fatigue. What causes myasthenia gravis? What leads to myasthenia gravis? It is a neuromuscular disorder. We understand that, right? So there is something happening between the nerves and the muscles. So there is something happening between the nerves and muscles. In order to understand the cause, we need to know about the neuromuscular transmission. To know about neuromuscular transmission, click the I button, but I'll explain it in a simple form. In neuromuscular transmission, the nerves will send impulses that causes the muscle to contract. But here there is no contraction occurring because there is some problem between the transmission of impulse from the nerve to the muscle. Why does this occur? This is a terminal button of a nerve cell. The nerve cell will produce acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the important substance for the muscle contraction to take place. So it is released from the nerve cell and then it enters through the muscle fibers and attaches to the receptor known as the nicotinic acetylcholine receptor. Okay, here it attaches and cause the contraction to occur. But in case of myasthenia gravis, what will happen is myasthenia gravis is a autoimmune disorder, which means that the body's own immune system will attack its own tissue or the cells. So here the immune system is attacking the receptor, that is the acetylcholine receptor. So the antibodies are getting produced and it blocks. So here what happens is the acetylcholine will be produced, but the antibodies will damage the acetylcholine receptor. When there is no receptor, where will the acetylcholine will bind? So because of this, the muscle contraction is unable to take place. So this causes the weakness and fatigue of the skeletal muscles. Myasthenia gravis occur in both men and women. And it can occur at any age, but it is more common in the age group of in women, in young adults over the age under 40, and in older men who are over the age 60. And myasthenia gravis is usually rare in infants. Next, we need to know about the thymus gland because it has a important role in the myasthenia gravis. In childhood, throughout childhood, thymus gland play an important role in the development of the immune system. It produces T cells and different type of white blood cells and protects the body from various infections and viruses. In a normal adult, the size of the thymus gland will be small. So in an adult, the size will be small. The thymus actually grows until puberty and then it gets smaller in size. So in a normal adult, it will be smaller. But in case of myasthenia gravis, the patients will have a larger gland because there will be a cluster of immune cells which develops as a tumor. The tumor is known as the thymomas. So in patients with myasthenia gravis, the thymus gland will be removed. Clinical feature of myasthenia gravis, ocular myasthenia, which means when there is a weakness of the muscle that causes the eye movements, we say it as ocular myasthenia. So there is a weakness of eye muscles, ptosis, drooping of eyelid, and then diplopia, double vision. Next we have there is also difficulty in swallowing, changes in the facial expressions, unable to smile and other facial expressions, and there will be shortness of breath, impaired speech or slurred speech, somewhat like that, and there will be weakness in the legs, arm and neck, fingers, etc. Treatment for myasthenia gravis: thymectomy, the removal of the thymus gland. Then immunosuppressive drugs, where the antibodies are suppressed, the production of the antibodies are suppressed with the medications like the prednisone, azathioprine. And then choline esterase inhibitors. Choline esterase is an enzyme which breaks down the acetylcholine. These inhibitors medication will slow down the process of the breakdown of acetylcholine. So these are the pyridostigmine or the mestinon. So this is the medication. And then we have the plasma exchange, the procedure called the plasmapheresis, where it removes the harmful antibodies. And finally, we need to know about what is neonatal myasthenia gravis and congenital myasthenia gravis. In neonatal myasthenia gravis, the children will have myasthenia gravis when they are born to a mother with myasthenia gravis. That is, if a mother has a myasthenia gravis and she is giving birth to a child, then the child may have myasthenia gravis, but it is not permanent, it is temporarily. They generally recover within 2 months after birth. So this is neonatal. But what is congenital? Here it is hereditary wise. They develop the genes of myasthenia gravis, and this is a permanent. Here the causes or the symptoms will be permanent. So this is it. I hope you all would have understood it very well, and thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to subscribe it. And if you have any doubts or you need any topics to be discussed, you can comment below. Thank you.